Before the presentation of the next award, which is in the category of sound, I'd like to tell you that the Board of Governors has voted a Special Achievement Award for sound effects editing of The Black Stallion to Mr. Alan Splett. He is unable to be here tonight. It always happens. First George C. Scott doesn't show, then Marlon Brando, and now Alan Splett. But Mr. Splett, wherever you are, we'll see that your Oscar gets to you. Congratulations. And now the beautiful and dynamic Sally Kellerman, and with her, an Oscar winner for his tremendous performance in The Heat of the Night, Rod Steiger.
The nominees for the Best Achievement in Sound are Walter Mersch, Mark Berger, Richard Beggs, and Nat Boxer for Apocalypse Now.
Arthur Piantedosi, Les Freshholz, Michael Menkler, and Al Overton for The Electric Horseman.
William McCoy, Aaron Rochin, and Michael J. Kohut, and Jack Solomon for Meteor.
Robert Knudsen, Robert J. Glass, Don McDougall, and Jean Cantamessa for 1941.
Theodore Sonderberg, Douglas Williams, Paul Wells, and Jim Webb for The Rose. Sally, would you open the envelope, please?
I'd be delighted, Rod. And the winners are Walter Murch, Mark Berger, Richard Beggs, and Nat Boxer for Apocalypse Now.
Thank you very much. The missing ingredient in the Sound Award is the contribution of the sound editor. And in Apocalypse Now, the contributions of dozens of editors and assistants was so massive that I'd like to thank them all collectively tonight, and in particular single out Richie Cirincione, Les Hodgson, Pat Jackson, and Les Wiggins. I hope they all realize that this award belongs as much to them as it does to us who stand here on the stage. Thank you.
Those of us who put together all the work of the editors also had many assistants, and I would like to specifically thank Tom Scott and Dale Strumpel and all the people at Zoetrope Studios, and specifically for personal assistance, Susan Waingraff, my wife, for putting up with my absence for so long, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Kathy, and thank you, Shelley, and thanks to my family.
One of the proudest moments in Oscars history was that night in 1946 when Harold Russell won 2 awards for the best years of our lives. He speaks tonight for millions of special people as he presents the award for outstanding achievement in visual effects. And by his side, one of Mother Nature's most remarkable visual effects, Farrah Fawcett.
Very happy to be here tonight. So proud to have this lovely and wonderful lady by my side. Delighted to present tonight the nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Visual Effects. And they are H.R. Geiger, Carlo Rombardi, Brian Johnson, Nick Alder, and Dennis Ailing for Alien.
Peter Ellenshaw, Art Cruikshank, Eustace Lysette, Danny Lee, Harrison Ellenshaw, and Joe Hale for The Black Hole.
Derek Meddings, Paul Wilson, and John Evans for Moonraker.
William A. Fraker, A.D. Flowers, and Gregory Jean for 1941.
Douglas Trumbull, John Dreiska, Richard Urish, and Robert Swath, Dave Stewart, and Grant McEwen for Star Trek. And the winner is
thank you very much. The winners are H.R. Geiger, Carlo Rambaldi, Brian Johnson, Nick Alder, and Dennis Eiling for The Alien.
Congratulations. 3 years ago, when I was here for King Kong, I don't know English, and they say thank you. Now I learn very well English, and they say thank you very much.
I'm very happy to have this. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'd like to thank Ridley Scott for his amazing direction of this movie, and without his effort we wouldn't be here tonight. And I'd like to thank our crew in England. Boy, they really went for it and they got it. Thanks very much.
For those of you at home, I forgot to mention there's an English simulcast on 96.4.
We're here to present the Outstanding Foreign Language Film Award. But actually, there is no such thing as a foreign film, is there? Films speak a universal language, no matter the country of their origin.
The movies nominated tonight are notable for their intelligence and their grace, and were made by craftsmen who care very deeply about their work. And America is affectionate of them all. For to us, foreign audiences are essential and they're important. For the American film finds a warm reception in more than 100 countries around the world, and for that, we are deeply grateful.
We are proud to present to you the nominations for the Outstanding Foreign Language Film of the Year. They are: from Poland, The Maids of Wilko, Janusz Zaporowski, director of Film Polski.
From Spain, Mama Turns 100, Carlos Saura, director.
From France, A Simple Story, Alain Sadre, producer.
And from the German Federal Republic, The Tin Drum, Volker Schlondorf, director.
From Italy, To Forget Venice, Franco Brusati, director. And the winner is the Federal Republic of Germany for The Tin Drum.
The hero of The Tin Drum, you know, is named Oscar. And for all the time we were making the film, we wondered what kind of omen this could be. So that's what it meant. It's a little boy actor. He has in common with this one of being small, but only in size. You know, it's the first award ever given to a film of my country. There's been lots of reasons for that, we know. But I take it as a tribute also for my fellow directors over there and for all those whose tradition we want to pick up and follow and who worked and lived here. I mean Fritz Lang, Billy Wilder, Lubitsch, Murnau, Pabst. You know them all, you welcome them. Thank you.
The nominees for the Outstanding Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role are Jane Alexander in Kramer versus Kramer,
Barbara Barry in Breaking Away,
Candice Bergen in Starting Over,
Mariel Hemingway in Manhattan,
and Meryl Streep in Kramer versus Kramer.
And the winner is...
Thank you, my dear.
Welcome, my dear.
Meryl Streep in Kramer versus Kramer.
Holy mackerel. I'd like to thank Dustin Hoffman and Robert Benton, to whom I owe this. Stanley Jaffe for giving me the chance to play Joanna, and Jane, Alexander, and Justin for the love and support during this very, very delightful experience. Thank you very much.
To present the nominees for the Outstanding Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role, here are two previous Oscar winners and still champions, Walter Matthau and Liza Minnelli.
The nominees are Melvyn Douglas in Being There,
Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now,
Frederick Forrest in The Rose,
Justin Henry in Kramer versus Kramer,
Mickey Rooney in The Black Stallion.
Me? Oh. And the winner is Melvyn Douglas in Being There. The Academy congratulates Melvyn Douglas and accepts this award on his behalf. Thank you.
It is not Melvyn Douglas's fault he's not here tonight. He was in a carpool with Alan Splett. Tonight, the Academy honors with a special Oscar a truly international actor. As incredible as it seems, his career began in 1933 and shows absolutely no sign of waning. His name, Sir Alec Guinness.
It is my honor to present the nominees for Outstanding Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role. And a part of that presentation is a short look at the careers of those actresses. The nominees are Jill Clayburgh, her screen work has encompassed a wide range of roles, from the early Portnoy's Complaint, Terminal Man, the biographical Gable and Lombard, the comedies Silver Streak and Semi-Tough, and her unforgettable performance as an unmarried woman. This year she is nominated for her warm and loving work in Starting Over. Sally Field. In just a few strong film roles, she has etched a character of a gutsy and outrageous, yet always loving kind of woman, energetic and principled and capable of the strongest kind of loyalty. We've enjoyed her in Stay Hungry, Smokey and the Bandit, Heroes, The End, Hooper, and especially in her performance this year as Norma Rae. Jane Fonda. Her work has been virtually uncompromising in its depth and quality. It has encompassed films like They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, Cat Ballou, Barefoot in the Park, Clute, Julia, last year's powerful drama Coming Home, and now the role of the dedicated reporter in the film that may be the most prophetic of this year or any other year, The China Syndrome. Marcia Mason. She has brought humor and humanity to every role she has played, beginning with Bloom in Love and the remarkable Cinderella Liberty. These performances were followed, need I mention, by The Goodbye Girl, The Cheap Detective, the moving and emotional Promises in the Dark, and finally, the role for which she is nominated this year, Chapter 2. Bette Midler. Represents that occasional phenomena of our industry, a first major film performance of a dazzling strength that shows in every frame the years of experience that preceded it. She has already conquered the worlds of theater, concert, and cabaret, and the same charisma shines in the part for which she is nominated tonight, The Rose. I'm not going to tell you. And the winner is Sally Field.
Tonight, I'll tell you right now. They said this couldn't be done. Norma Rae was a real gift to me. It was given to me by Laddie and Jay and Gareth, the old fox. It was given to me by Alex Rose and Tamara Asayev, who fought very hard to get it made. It was given to me by Irving Ravitch and Harriet Frank Jr., and it truly was a gift, every single word. It was given to me by John Alonzo, who followed me around with a camera and never hoped to shine himself, just gave it all to me. It was given to me by the actors, especially Beau Bridges and Ron Liebman, whose real craft and talent and love and support is why I'm here. And mostly it was given to me because of Marty Ritt. Marty Ritt is Norma Rae. He has fought all his life to put on films that are courageous, that say things that are part of him, that he feels should be said, that have the box office potential of 75 cents, sometimes less. And I thank him for that. He's taught me a lot. And the best gift that Marty gave me was that he let me feel all the time that I was doing it myself. And I know that I didn't. And on a personal note, I'd like to thank my mother and my sister for holding me together and just plain old holding me. And my kids, Peter and Eli, for being my constant inspiration. And no matter how many awards I win, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be worth a damn. Thank you very much.
I'm very pleased to tell you the nominees for outstanding performance by an actor in a leading role, and to remind you that each of them has given the screen a remarkable body of work during their careers. Those nominees are Dustin Hoffman, from the young Benjamin of The Graduate, the unforgettable Ratso Rizzo in Midnight Cowboy, and on through the septuagenarian Indian chief in Little Big Man, the strange and courageous prisoner in Papillon, the charismatic and controversial Lenny Bruce, and the brilliant reporter in All the President's Men, and now this year, Kramer versus Kramer. Jack Lemmon. We've watched through the years of comedy, beginning with Mr. Roberts and Some Like It Hot, and seen him become all of us in America at times in the roles he's played. Desperate, searching, frantic, lost, befuddled, and eventually caught up in the largest issues that will perhaps ever face mankind in the picture for which he is nominated this year, The China Syndrome. Al Pacino. He is virtually a specialist in roles that show the darker side of contemporary life. He has brought to every role an intensity that deepens the screen and broadens the human experience. His films have included Panic in Needle Park, Scarecrow, Serpico, Godfathers 1 and 2, Dog Day Afternoon, and the role for which he is nominated tonight, the young lawyer in And Justice for All. Roy Scheider. If there is a sort of everyman among these actors, it is he. His film roles have been earthy, accessible, vulnerable, imperfect men, but clearly and recognizably human beings all. His films have included Klute, The French Connection, Jaws, The Sorcerer, and tonight he is nominated for his role in All That Jazz. And Peter Sellers. Many of the film roles he's played became instant symbols and part of our language. Think, for instance, of Dr. Strangelove and the bumbling but invincible Inspector Clouseau. It would appear that he has added another unforgettable character to his collection this year with the performance for which he is nominated tonight, Chauncey Gardner, in Being There. And the winner is Dustin Hoffman in Premios Oscar.
Thank you. He has no genitalia and he's holding a sword. I'd like to thank my parents for not practicing birth control. I'm up here with mixed feelings. I've been critical of the Academy, and for reason. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to be able to work. I'm greatly honored for being chosen by the producer Stanley Jaffe and the director Bob Benton, and to have worked in a family with them and with Meryl and with Justin, who, if he loses again, we'll have to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award. And to Jane Alexander, and to Jerry Greenberg, and to Nestor, and to the crew on the film, who is part of that family, and to the crew, and to the directors like Bob Fosse, and Mike Nichols, and John Schlesinger that I've worked with before. We are laughed at when we are up here, sometimes for thanking. But when you work on a film, you discover that there are people who are giving that artistic part of themselves that goes beyond a paycheck. And they are never up here, and many of them are not members of the Academy, and we never hear of them. But this Oscar is a symbol, I think, and it is given for appreciation from those people whom we never see. They are part of our life. I refuse to believe that I beat Jack Lemmon, that I beat Al Pacino, that I beat Peter Sellers. I refuse to believe that Robert Duvall lost. We are a part of an artistic family. There are 60,000 actors in this Academy, in the Screen Actors Guild, and probably 100,000 in equity. And most actors don't work, and a few of us are so lucky to have a chance to work with writing and to work with directing. Because when you're a broke actor, you can't write, you can't paint. You have to practice accents while you're driving a taxi cab. And to that artistic family that strives for excellence, none of you have ever lost, and I am proud to share this with you, and I thank you.
I think you'll all agree that was beautifully said. For those of you who just joined us at home, this is day 164 of the Oscar telecast. America has not forgotten you, and President Carter is working on a plan for your release. Present the award for Outstanding Achievement in Directing, a beautiful young lady who won an Oscar with the very first movie she ever made, Goldie Hawn, and the brilliant young man who directed two of the biggest films of the last few years, Jaws and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Steven Spielberg.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Directing are Bob Fosse, All That Jazz;
Coppola for Apocalypse Now.
Peter Yates for Breaking Away.
Robert Benton for Kramer versus Kramer.
And Eduard Molinaro for La Cage aux Folles.
And the winner is... Oh, the long way around. The winner is Robert Benton for Kramer versus Kramer.
Thank you all very much. I would like to thank Avery Corman, who wrote a lovely book. I would like to thank Stanley Jaffe, the producer, Dustin Hoffman, Meryl Streep, Jane Alexander, Justin Henry, JoBeth Williams. I would like to thank Jerry Greenberg, the editor, Nestor Almendros, the cinematographer. I would like to thank all the people at Columbia, past and present. I would like to thank Sam Cohn, Arlene Donovan, my wife Sally, and my son John. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlton Heston.
The nominees for Best Picture of the Year are All That Jazz, at Columbia 20th Century Fox production, 20th Century Fox, Robert Allen Arthur, producer. Apocalypse Now, an omnizoetrope production, United Artists, Francis Coppola, producer, Fred Roos, Gary Fredrickson, and Tom Sternberg, co-producers. A 20th Century Fox production, 20th Century Fox, Peter Yates, producer. Kramer versus Kramer, Stanley Jaffe Productions, Columbia, Stanley R. Jaffe, producer. And Norma Rae, a 20th Century Fox production, 20th Century Fox, Tamara Asayev and Alex Rose, producers. And the winner is Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh boy. I grew up in a home that's been associated with this business for 51 years. This has always been very important to all of us as a representation of excellence. I stand here very happy and very blessed. Blessed because a person named Avery Coleman wrote a book called Kramer versus Kramer. Lucky because Richard Fishoff came to work for me that week and found the book. Blessed because Bob Benton was free and he wrote and directed it. And I was lucky enough to be able to get, along with Bob and the words he wrote, Dustin and Meryl and Jane and Justin. And it's a film that's made with love, and it's made about love, and it was cut by Jerry and Nestor shot it. And it would not have been made had it not been for the encouragement of Columbia Pictures, Frank Price, John Veach, and most especially two dear friends of mine, Dan Melnick and Sherry Lansing. It is about love And from 4 people in my life, I have learned more about that than ever. I speak of Ingeborg Sorensen and her son Adam, and I speak about my children, Bobby and Betsy. Thank you all very much.